and welcome to Kogi in Focus, a weekly program that brings to you happenings in and around the Nigeria conflict state, Kogi, within the past 7 days. I am Khadijat Mohammed. In today's edition, federal government sets to establish gold processing cluster in Kogi. Governor Bello flags off federal government grant for 3,000 women. And Comrade Ibrahim Onimisi launches Egbira Unity Television, EUTv. This and many more after the break. Stay tuned. Welcome back. President Muhammadu Buhari has urged Nigerians to go about their lawful businesses without fear. President Buhari said this after meeting with Kogi State Governor Yahya Bello, who was at the presidential villa to brief President Buhari on the suspension of the strike blocking the supply of foodstuff and cattle to the southern part of Nigeria by the Amalgamated Union of Food and Cattle Dealers of Nigeria. Quoted the president as saying Nigeria's unity is non-negotiable. The Kogi State Governor urged Nigerians to give credible information to security agencies to enable them to deal decisively with criminal elements in the country. The federal government is set to establish gold processing cluster in Kogi State as part of its program to boost job creation and solid mineral development in the country. This disclosure was made by the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Mines and Steel Development, Dr. Oluwatoyin Akinlade, during her courtesy visit to Governor Yahya Bello in Lokoja, the state capital. Akinlade said Kogi was selected for the North Central Zone owing to the abundant mineral resources in the state.
It is not surprising anyway, knowing given his well-known interest in the solid mineral sector, for obvious reasons of creating employment and empowerment opportunities for Kogites, especially the youth and the women, as well as generating revenue for the state.
She disclosed that the state was blessed with all kinds of mineral resources which the government and the people need to take advantage to create wealth for the people. Governor Bello commended the federal government for showing interest in solid mineral development in the country and particularly in Kogi State, noting that the state is home to all kinds of solid minerals while urging more investment in the development of the nation's steel sector. Deputy Governor Edward Onoja, who represented the governor, assured the Federal Ministry of Mines and Steel Development of his administration's readiness to partner with the ministry in harnessing solid minerals in the state.
His Excellency, as you rightly said, had promised maximum and total support to what you are bringing on the table. We all know that our governor is about the people and ensuring that their livelihood, income is appreciated so that they can better serve their local community, the family, and the entire state and the country. His Excellency also gives full commitment to ensuring that as a matter of security and securing all that will be happening and people that will be coming to ensuring the establishment of these processing plants, their security is guaranteed.
The Executive Chairman, Kogi Mineral Resources Development Agency, Miremco, Hasiyat Suleiman, commended Governor Yahya Bello for creating enabling environment for investors to come in.
By bringing them under a formalized framework, the mining activities, mineral production, and payment of royalties due to the federal government will be better organized and monitored. This will drastically reduce loss of revenue, unchecked environmental degradation. I want to sincerely commend the Honorable Minister for this big gesture. I also want to appreciate His Excellency, the Governor, and His Excellency, the Deputy Governor, for their immense support to the committee and Kogi mining section as a whole. The move to formalize artisanal miners activities they have expressed great interest in, especially as His Excellency Chief David Onoja, who supervises the sector, is a seasoned geologist.
The management team agreed to visit the approved site for groundbreaking ceremony the following day. Following the official meeting with the state government in Government House, Lokoja, the federal government carried out the groundbreaking ceremony of the gold processing cluster located in Mopamuro Council area of Kogi State. The Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Mines and Steel Development, Dr. Oluwatoyin Akinlade, who led the federal government team for the event, said the project is part of the federal government's efforts to refocus the economy from oil dependence.
When you mine your minerals, you no longer have to go and sell it for 2 and 6, as my father used to say. We're moving towards beneficiation, that is adding value to whatever it is that we mine. Instead of selling a sack of what looks like sand, you take it to the processing plant. For a very little fee, nothing is not a profit-making plant, just to keep it running. You can add value, they process it for you, then you can see your gold. In that place, to be weighed for you, the actual value will be told to you. So nobody can padalo gold for anybody. When you carry it, you know how much your gold is worth, and that is how much you sell it for. Except you decide to be nice to somebody and sell it to them for less. Now, there's also going to be a mineral buying center in that place. So you can actually drop it there, take your bag of sand, process whatever it is, whatever you process it, sell it there, take your funds, the exact what that gold is worth.
He said the objective of the project is to assemble and coordinate the activities of the artisanal and small-scale miners in the identified areas based on the identified mineral type for each geopolitical zone. Amongst the state government entourage is the Commissioner for Information and Communications, Kingsley Fanwo, who thanked President Buhari for the project.
This has consolidated the commitment of the governor to ensuring that we are able to use solid minerals to diversify our economy and make Kogi the real confluence of opportunities. That was why His Excellency created the Ministry of Solid Minerals and put there a competent engineer who has been driving the ministry to where we are today. I want to thank Mr. President and also the Minister of Mines and Steel, and also our daughter, the daughter of the state, the Permanent Secretary, Dr. Akinlade, for bringing this processing plant to Kogi State and to Mopamuro local government area.
He said it will spur the economy of the state and create more jobs for citizenry.
This establishment of gold refinery cluster and mineral processing center, it's come with a lapidary, the buying center, where we can make gold, we can refine, process gemstones and other minerals. I think it's going to create more jobs, more investment opportunity for our people, and we'll have a peaceful environment.
By special grace of God, we try all our best to make sure that this place is safe, this place is secure.
The Executive Chairman, Kogi Mineral Resources Development Agency, Mirenko, Hasiyat Suleiman, also commented on the development.
This is what we have been praying and hoping for development to be brought to our state, for our youth to be very much engaged in doing mining businesses. We were happy. His Excellency Alhaji Adoza Bello has always had it in his mandate.
She said it will increase the trading of the state. The Permanent Secretary said the project is expected to be commissioned by the end of June and become operational immediately. Former President Olusegun Obansajo has commended Governor Yahya Bello on his efforts in providing security, good governance and infrastructure building in the state. The Chief Press Secretary to Governor Mohammed Onogo disclosed this in a statement. Onogu, who quoted Obasanjo as making the commendation when he visited the governor in Abuja, added that the former president urged him to sustain the effort. He stated that the meeting between Bello and the former president ended with fruitful discussion. Obasanjo, while commending Bello for successfully tackling insecurity in the state, he urged the governor to sustain his efforts in providing security for his state, noting that Kogi was central to the nation's peace and development. Obasanjo also appreciated the governor for his developmental efforts in the state, especially in the areas of youth and women inclusion in politics and governance, infrastructure, health, and education. Bello thanked the former president for his statesman's role, fatherly disposition, and wealth of wisdom which the young leaders are privileged to tap from. Bello assured Obasanjo that he will not relent in the fight to ensure total safety for his people and will continue to do his best to ensure his electoral promises are fulfilled. Kogi State Governor Yahya Bello flagged off another of the federal government's special grants targeted to directly benefit a total of 3,000 indigent and vulnerable women living in various rural areas across the state. The governor, who was represented at the event by his deputy, Edward Onoja, noted that the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari has continued to introduce several initiatives aimed at bridging the gap between the poor and the rich in the society.
For Kogi State, with 3,000 beneficiaries, it is 60 million naira. I believe for that rural woman who fries akara or sells by the roadside, the petty trader, this will go a long way in affecting and impacting her little trade. And once her trade is positively impacted, it will also help her to be able to meet her basic needs for herself and her family. We must continue to appreciate and pray for Mr. President, our governor, the ministers and people in leadership for all this gesture.
The Minister for Humanitarian Affairs and Social Development, Sadia Umar Farouk, represented by the ministry's permanent secretary, Bashir Al-Khali, said that the President Buhari-led government has shown commitment to addressing the plight of the vulnerable in the country, despite the slide in the economy.
The program is designed to provide a one-off grant to some of the poorest and most vulnerable women in rural and peri-urban areas of the country. A cash grant of 20,000 will be disbursed across the country, or is being disbursed across the country to about 125,000 women. Kogi State is going to get about 3,000 women that will benefit from this program. The grant is expected to increase income and productive assets of target beneficiaries. It is our hope, Your Excellency, that the beneficiaries of this program, as ably said by the Commissioner for Women Affairs, will make good use of the grant to generally contribute towards improving their living standards by using the fund as seed to boost their trade and business for greater income.
The special advisor to the governor on special projects and state focal person, National Social Investment Program, Suleiman Abdulkarim, commended the federal government for the good gesture.
President Muhammad Buhari, APC-led administration had paid priority attention to welfare of the women, the businesswomen, and most importantly, the poor and vulnerable since its inception, despite the economic challenges. Poverty reduction has become a major objective of APC-led governments at all levels. In history of our dear nation, this is the first government that has initiated the best livelihood support program, job creation, poverty eradication program that has touched the lives of the people, including those living in deepest remote area across the country and our dear state.
The Commissioner for Women Affairs, Fatima Buba, in her own goodwill message, urged the women to use the cash for the purpose it was meant for, noting that such grant was as a result of the sensitivity of the federal government to the plight of its citizens, particularly the women in the rural areas. Youths under the umbrella of the Arewa Youth Forum has called on Governor Yahya Bello of Kogi to run for the presidency in 2023. The forum made the call during a courtesy visit on Bello at the government house, Lokoja. The president of the forum, Gambo Gunjunga, said it's time for youth to take over the leadership of the country. He commended Governor Bello for his style of leadership. Kogi State Governor Yahya Bello attributed his achievements so far in office to honesty, resilience, and tenacity of his administration in doing what is right. He urged the Arewa Youth Forum to encourage Nigerian youths to participate in the ongoing registration and revalidation exercise of the APC. The Arewa Youth Forum promised to support the good governance as displayed by Governor Yahya Bello. On the call for Governor Yahya Bello to run for presidency come 2023, some group of clergymen stormed Lokoja, the state capital, to pray for the state governor Yahya Bello for his presidential ambition. The group promised to support the governor in prayers for the 2023 presidency, saying that the country required a focused, determined, result-oriented, and a detribalized leader in 2023. Kogi State Governor Yahya Bello, while addressing them, promised to sustain the achievements recorded by his administration in the fight against kidnapping, armed robbery, and other vices that might cause unrest in the state. He promised to continue to wage war against criminalities and crimes at all times. If you're just joining us, this is Kogi in Focus, your weekly program that gives you updates on happenings within the past 7 days in Kogi State. For your information, sponsorship and advert placement, contribution and event coverage, kindly contact us through our phone number and social media handles displayed on your screen. It is true that corruption has eaten deep into the fabric of the nation, Nigeria, and must be chased out to sustain public confidence and interest. In recognition of this, the Association of National Accountants of Nigeria, ANAN, under the leadership of Professor Muhammad Akaro Mainoma, has organized a one-day sensitization program for the members of ANAN to lend its voice to the crusade in support of the federal government of Nigeria to address this monster in the society. The maiden edition of ANAN Corruption Sensitization Program, which was held in the Conference Hall, ANAN House, Abuja, has in attendance advocacy for anti-corruption. They said fighting corruption requires accountants to act. The Speaker, Dr. Zainab Shamsuna Ahmed, and the Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Federal Republic of Nigeria, called on the professionals to carry out their assignments without fear or favor if corruption must be dealt with. The president of the ANAN, Professor Muhammad Akaro Mainoma, promised Nigerians of the association readiness to fight corruption in the society.
As accountants, we have the responsibility to guard the resources of companies and institutions and the nation. What are we doing with that kind of responsibility? It is also something that we need to look at from the point of view of unity of purpose. That nobody will want to see that some others are deprived while some few people are enjoying. So what can we do as accountants to establish that congruence between the needs of the nation and also the needs of the individuals within the nation, so that that kind of unity of purpose survives in such a way that nobody is thinking of enriching himself alone, but building a nation where everybody thrives.
The chairman and Anti-Corruption Compliance Committee, Rekia Yusuf, took her time out to explain why the program is necessary at such a time as this. She said, let's kill corruption before it kills us.
There's no other way that we can fight corruption but through continuous engagement, sensitization, and reminding ourselves of the role that we have as accountants to our employer, the general public.
Other participants who spoke at the forum are Stavros Tomadakis, Independent Chairman, International Ethics Standards Board for Accountants; Sarah Carnage, Director of Legal Projects, International Bar Association. Others are Felix Obiamalu, Associate Director, Legal and Sanction Directorate, Nigeria Financial Intelligence Unit; Sadia Adam, Member, International Ethics Standard Board for Accountants; Musa Adeza Farouk, Assistant Professor, American University, Yola; Scott Hansen, Principal, Public Policy and Regulation, International Federation of Accountants; and Alta Prinsloo, Chief Executive Officer, Pan-African Federation of Accountants. The National Human Rights Commission, NHRC, have hailed Governor Yahya Bello for his numerous human rights enforcement and advocacy efforts in the state, particularly the establishment of the Kogi State Office of the Public Defender and Citizens' Rights Commission, PDCRC. The Commission's Executive Secretary, Barrister Tony Ojoko, made this known while paying a courtesy visit to the governor at his residence in Abuja. He added that the mandate and functions of the PDCRC were similar to the ones of the NHRC as prescribed by the United Nations, which would further facilitate the promotion, protection and enforcement of human rights in the state and by extension the entire country. The Executive Secretary asserted that the governor stood out on issues concerning the promotion and protection of youths, women, vulnerable as well as persons living with disabilities. Hence his appointment as the chairman of APC, Youths, Women and Persons Living with Disabilities Mobilization Committee was not surprising. While again commending the governor's effort in the justice sector reforms in the state, he expressed the Commission's pledge towards deepening collaboration with PDCRC to ensuring that human rights of residents of Kogi State in particular and persons residing in Nigeria are given its rightful place. Governor Bello reiterated his commitment to general issues of security and the promotion, protection and enforcement of human rights, noting that all the reforms in the justice sector, including the establishment of the commission, was because he gave the state Attorney General Ibrahim Sani Mohammed San unfettered instruction to effect reforms in the justice sector for seamless dispensation of justice. The governor promised to give PDCRC all the needed support within the resources of the state to enable it succeed and to also champion human rights cause in Nigeria. The Egbira descendants has converged on the city of Abuja to discuss the way forward of the kingdom and to continue to foster unity amongst the people. Prominent sons and daughters of Egbira nation clamoring for the unity of the Egbira-speaking people called for the unification of the Egbira race. The call was made at the get-together of Ohiku-Egbira Descendant Union. Prominent members of the union spoke on why unity is paramount.
Questions are asked. What use is this? We speak the same basic language, but the dialectal differences are there. How can we ever bring ourselves together?
They have coined the name Egbira for the three Ebira speaking race. That is the Igara, not Igala, Igara, Ebira Koto, and Ebira Pete. So it means that they will now see themselves as one.
Coming together in a forum like this is to relate to one another, because it's often said that blood is thicker than water.
President Ohiku-Egbira Descendants Union Musa Ahmadu expressed his worries on the lack of unity among the Ebira nation. He called on the Ebiras to emulate their counterparts from Kwara Kingdom.
It is decided that we must be bound together in all ways, by all means, as one entity with a common destiny.
It was also an opportunity to talk about the first of its kind Ebira Unity Television EUTv by the Chief Executive Officer Ibrahim Momo Onimisi.
What are we waiting for, or what will be our own contribution as youth with our energy and time? I want to sincerely urge all the Ebira youth to key into this unity project. It is indeed a great development, and as a person, I'm already into it, and I'm sure that we are moving forward, and we will move forward by the special grace of God.
The history of the Ebira people are often said that they migrated from the Kwara Kingdom and settled in different parts of Nigeria.
When we are together, we'll be more formidable, and we can actually achieve, even in terms of development, not just for ourselves, but for the nation.
We do hope emerging from this particular meeting will bring us further together to know ourselves, and will make us to be able to discuss far more important programs that will unify us.
It will benefit us politically, economically, educationally, and culturally. That
the Ebiras are found in Kogi Central and Kotonkarfi, Kogi West, Edo State, Nasarawa, Jos, Ondo, and other parts of the nation, Nigeria. The Ebira-speaking part of the country has commended the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Ebira Unity Television Limited for creating a platform for the people to be heard. The commendation was given at the launch ceremony of EUTv in Nikon Luxury, Abuja. The pioneer chairman of the National Broadcasting Commission, Ohiku-Egbira of Ebira Land, and Professor of Media Ethics, Dr. Tom Adaba, commended the efforts of the Chief Executive Officer, Ibrahim Onimisi Momo, for taking the risk.
Where you have any suggestions, please give them. They are young, they are learning. Allow them, not saying necessarily allow them to make mistakes, but if they do make mistakes, let's learn to correct them so that they will move forward. Who says that the CNN cannot arise from Ebira land? That's how it started. That's how it started. But with good advice and good counseling, I believe we'll get there. We do not necessarily have to be a CNN, but we will carve a niche in the world of broadcasting.
He urged the people of Ebira Kingdom and Nigeria at large to support this reality. Other dignitaries and royal fathers present also commended the initiative and the initiator.
We have a right to praise ourselves, especially at a time when our youths have deployed their energies, their knowledge to areas that are not too pleasing. If we now have some bright minds in Ebira that decide that that is not their portion, and they decided on this novel idea, I think they deserve all the praises, and we have to give them the praise.
We believe that this forum will serve the objective that all Igbiras have had for a long time, to see themselves come together after their dispersal from the Kwararafa kingdom, that a day will come when they will be identified as one single entity. So we are here as a representative of the Ohiku-Egbira. Permit me to offer our royal prayers on behalf of the Ohiku-Egbira to the organizers of this very important event, that we pray as custodians of the Egbira tradition that these particular projects will grow from strength to strength. And like our veteran broadcaster has said, we hope that these very projects will one day be on the pedestal of the CNNs and BBCs of this world. So we pray for all the organizers here. We offer our royal blessings and hope that you get the needed support you deserve. As traditional rulers, ours is not to actually make a financial contribution. They will give you whatever contribution we need to do. That will be in our palace, and we are going to do that at the very right time. Meanwhile, we give you our royal moral support. May Ohiku be with you, strengthen you, and ensure that this project sees the light of day. Thank you very much.
We, as an organization, we had some interaction with Comrade Onimisi, and we have pledged our full support, and we're going to give support to him in several ways, by the grace of God.
The minorities that were being claimed, that were being swept under the carpet, we are now out to boast and express our traditional norms and values. Egbira Unity Television Station will actually promote the Egbira people and other minority tribes in Nigeria.
Senator Yakubu Oseni, representing Kogi Central, and Senator Shehu Sani of Kaduna State said Egbira Unity TV is a welcome development at such a time as this.
Our potentials in our land, and going by the idea behind this Egbira Unity TV is going to be an international television. It's not only national television, it's going to cut across the whole world. So they will be able to sell, to project us in the light for the world to see what we have on ground.
In a country like ours with almost a population of 206 million people, it is important that you have television stations like this that will properly and positively reflect the culture, the tradition of every nationality. By projecting the culture, the tradition, and the history of Egbira people, it is now telling the world who are actually the people of Egbira. It will go a long way in changing some stereotypes and misconceptions, and it will give people outside of Egbira land the knowledge of who are Egbiras. As far as I know, as someone who comes from northern part of Nigeria, there are Egbiras in all parts of Nigeria today. And this television station will also serve as an information point that will keep them informed on what is happening at home. It is also hoped that this TV will be a promoter of peace, unity, and also will be an advocacy platform to champion the causes that will further enhance peace and unity throughout the country.
Some of the invited guests expressed their joy.
I have to congratulate them for the vision. You know, it's a dream come true, because when you really look at it, all over the world, like South Africa, they decided to explore their core vision by establishing an ICT, getting DSTV and things like that. Now we are having Egbira Unity TV. It is an attempt to showcase Egbira race in the global world.
I felt, when are we going to get our own? And today, we're here now. It was a dream that I felt that it will come. And I never knew it will come when I'm alive. But today, we are here, we're witnessing it. Here we are today. And I believe the launch is going to speak more of our people.
This is a welcome development, if I may say. Yes. For the first time, Egbira Unity TV, not just Egbira, but Unity. It talks, the name speaks volume. So, to me, it's a kind of a unifying factor, not just for Egbiras, but for all sundry.
I am happy to be part of the Egbira TV by His grace. This initiative is going to put Egbira in the world map properly. So it's a good thing. We should all come out and support it.
The NBC is usually very proud to associate with projects like this that bothers about grassroots unity, grassroots peace, ennobling the people and the culture of the people. To recognize with Comrade Onimisi and this grand stride has taken to bring to the fore a television that will unite the Egbira-speaking people of Nigeria.
The managing director and other committee members of the Egbira Unity Television promised to make the station a channel of unity and projecting the Egbira Kingdom.
In a multinational company like ours, what we need is partnership. Partnership, will bring the fund, the moral support, and otherwise. The relevant cannot be overemphasized. It will create employment to unemployed youth, it will overwhelming employment, then it will create the positive information that has to reach the grassroots that will impact positively and transform the lives of our youth. Information is our interest here because without information is power, and that is the fact. So information, we are so much interested in information, content that will provide, information that will transform the lives of the people.
Egbira is not just limited to Okene people. There are other states that speak Egbira, but just little differences. That's why I want to bring them together so that their voice will be heard. And as we are doing that, our people in diaspora, they will as well, be happy that yes, they have something that wants to see. So many cultural heritage that we have forgotten, who wants to go into archive and bring them on board so that people will appreciate what we are doing.
Egbira has become a center of attraction. Recently, not so beautiful, not palatable news. And with this Egbira Unity Television, we'll be able to really project who the Egbiras are. Who they are in their culture, who they are in their attitude, who they really are when you meet them. With this television coming up, we'll be able to package all the news that you hear out there in the language they understand, which is Egbira mostly, and we are also cut across the Egbira division. Not only in the Kogi Central, we want to bring in the Egbira Koto, the Egbira Toto, the Egbira Kwanda, and Ohiku-Egbira. That is in Edo, Nasarawa. We spread across. And you have many of us that are in Lagos State, but with this, they will be able to, even if they cannot pay for DSTV, they will be able to afford Start Time or to watch free to air. And this information will be well disseminated, because when you are informed, definitely you will not be deformed.
Let me start by thanking Allah for giving our own children the wisdom, the ability to put these things together. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide you and protect you.
Amen.
May Allah be the captain of this program and project.
Awards were given to some persons for their humanitarian services.
Congratulations, sir.
Represented at the occasion were Minister of FCT, Ramatu Tijani Aliu, Ohiku of Egbira Land, and many more. The EUTv is described as one of its kind in the history of Kogi State, and if sustained, it will be a channel to promoting the people's culture and heritage, including government and its policies as it concerns the people. This is where we wrap it up on today's edition. Please join us same time next week on this station, and do subscribe to our YouTube channel to always get updates of our weekly edition of Kogi in Focus. I am Khadijat Mohammed, saying to you to keep doing to others what you want them to do to you. Have a pleasant week.